So I guess around 7 years ago or so, I was in the middle of a recording session in my studio in Berlin. I don't remember exactly what the occasion was, but I do remember that I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool if I could communicate with the band while they were tracking? If I could give them a bit of encouragement? Wouldn't it be cool if I could somehow give them a visual, some visual feedback in the live room, which wouldn't disturb the headphone mix? I wouldn't be saying anything. It would just be a subtle little signal that I could give them to say, this is sounding really good. So I originally thought, yeah, like maybe a heart or a pound sign, or, you know, something kind of expensive, or, you know, like, yeah, we love this. And then I thought, well, if I was going to do that, then I should probably do some kind of negative symbols as well, kind of like as a joke, like, yeah, this doesn't sound good, or what the hell are you doing? So in the end, I came up with this, which you may have seen lurking underneath the octopus in many of these videos. This is what I like to call my session scoreboard. On each one of these panels is a different symbol with a light behind it, which can be controlled from the control room with this box. I wouldn't use it very often, but when I did, it always seemed to kind of inspire everybody. Everyone thought it was really funny. So today I thought I would get it installed here. The scoreboard is up on the wall. It has been up there for ages, but I haven't done any of the wiring, and the cable I had from Berlin is not long enough, so I'm going to have to extend it or replace it or do something to make it longer. So please subscribe if you haven't already, and let's do this. So I'm using 8-pin DIN connectors at either end. One plugs into the box and the other plugs into the scoreboard. And it's very simple. There's 6 buttons. I have a power supply going in to the button box, and each button basically just completes a circuit for one of the symbols. There's LED strips inside each of the windows. The button just connects the positive feed for that window. It's pretty simple. The thing is, like I said already, this cable was not long enough, so I've actually spliced an extra section on using these really funky little, I don't even know what they're called, they're like these little bead connector things. So it's now twice as long, and somehow I need to feed it under the floor, because I did put pipes, like conduits, under the floor when we built this place, which is how we've ended up with mic connectors everywhere. I do have a spare conduit which is down there. I kind of thought ahead on this a little bit, but not that much. So that little grey pipe there, it goes under the floor, under this wall, and it comes out in the floor underneath the desk in the control room. So I will have to figure out a way to get the cable through there, and then from there kind of out and then up to the scoreboard. That's basically the entire challenge this week. So I'm just going to fiddle around for a little bit, trying to work out the best way to do this. I have a bad feeling that I might need to cut these and redo them in situ. I'm not sure. All right, I'll get back to you. Okay, so now I will feed through this, which I think is either called a snake or a mouse, depending on where you are watching. Maybe there's other names for it too. But I will feed that through that pipe, and then I'll see where it comes out in there, because there's loads of them in there and I didn't label them. And then I will connect the end of this cable to the end of that one in there, and then pull it back through. 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay, that's through. It really is just long enough because we need to allow for the desk to move up and down. This desk is height adjustable, which is why there's so many cables hanging down at the back, because they all need to kind of move up and down. It's work in progress back there, please ignore the mess. But yeah, this should be just long enough to be able to move up and down with the desk. Next thing I'll do now is I'll try to install the cable from up there down to the same point, and then I'll just connect them. Ah shit, this is where I remember that I filled all of this with insulation offcut to act as like a big bass trap. Okay. Well, let's see if I can manage it just by sort of moving it around in there. Okay. My idea is I'm going to put the mouse or the snake through this little hole here, which is where there are already cables, and then I'll try and find it in here, and then I will try and find that hole down there as well. Maybe I need to use two. Yeah, anyway, I'm just going to fiddle with this for a while, and it probably won't be the most riveting viewing, so maybe now I will just cut to me having figured out how to get wire from one side to the other. How about that? Alright, let's see if I manage it. Okay, that only took about 2 minutes actually. I just fed loads of it in at this end, and then I could kind of find it in there. And then luckily for me there's a gap here at the back there, which yeah, it was actually pretty easy. Cool, so now I will feed this wire here. It's actually 2 wires. This is, I didn't have any more 8-core wire, so I've got 2 4-core wires, which I think will look a little more subtle on the wall anyway. Maybe before I do anything else actually, I will solder on the DIN connector onto this end, so then I can start from there and I can wire it in nicely along, and I'll know how long it needs to be. Yeah, I'll do that. Right, I'm going to go and put on the DIN connector. Okay, first thing I need to figure out is which one is which on this thing. I think in the end I will build a new one of these boxes, something that fits a bit better with my current setup, but I'm not going to have time to do that today. So I'll just keep this old box. But it gets a bit complicated because I have 2 separate wires here which both need to connect into, where the hell is it? Yeah, so first thing I need to do is figure out which one of these should go onto which one of these, and then keep that, what do you call it, protocol, keep that pattern. God, I can't even speak today. Right, well you'll just have to you'll have to just bear with me because I'm kind of making this up as I go along. So what I'll do first is find out which colour on here connects to which one of the lights, or which one of the buttons I should say. So if I take this off here, bloody fiddly, especially when you're shaking with impatience, which is where I often find myself. It probably has to go the other way, I think. So the full orange is not used, that would make sense, because actually this is just a 7-pin DIN, of course, because there are 6 lights, they share a neutral, and there are 6 positives which are distributed amongst each of the panels. So male, looking at it, that's 7, 6. I mean, all I have to do actually is just match up the colour scheme of this cable, because it worked before. So if I write down what they were, so I won't do male and female, I'll just do before and after. 5 was white and blue, 4 was green, 3 was white and green, 2 was brown. There, I'm going to do it up here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. In you go. Very nice. that's plugged in now, so yeah, fingers crossed I've got it all the right way around. I think what I'll do now is I will just sort of loosely get it through here and I'll connect it up and then I'll test it and then I'll do all the wiring a bit neater after that. But yeah, the next thing I need to do is to feed these two cables through there using that mouse or snake, whatever it's called, here, and then join it all up here and then test it. Okay, the battery on my gimbal is running out, so I will go and charge that. So this might now cut to me actually kind of connecting the cables, or it might cut to me testing this. I don't know. Do you really want to watch me kind of fiddling, trying to put cables in? I think the gimbal's battery is more important, so I'll do that and I'll see you ASAP. The one with the yellow is one. Okay. Oh. Sunday morning. Actually, this one. Fuck's sake. There's the question mark. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I've done this wrong as well. This is. I'm getting old, man. That's really good that I checked that, because I had mixed up the two separate cables. So I'm fairly confident now that I can connect this all up. So I will do that using these very cool things, which I'm sure everyone else knew about, but I didn't. They're just like these little kind of pip things that you can just splice a cable together with. Very cool. So I'll do that and then we should be pretty much done. Well, then I've got to kind of install the cable nicely, but yeah, not far off now. So yeah, you just put the two cables in there and then boom. That's it. Alright, the moment of truth. Cool. Nice. Alright. I can't really film sad face. There's sad face, I see him. You can just see him out of focus. Maybe I can focus through there. Yeah. Sweet. Alright, we're in business. So the last thing to do really is just to tidy up these cables. Alright, let's do that. Okay, that's all done. Nice, neat cabling. Yeah, and also in here, like I said, I need to make a new control box because this doesn't really work. It'll probably sit there for 5 years like this now. But yeah, it's all working. If I just put that on there, and there you see it in all of its glory. The last thing that I'm going to try and do, if I have time, as you can see, at some point some of the LED strips inside have come unstuck and fallen down. Like the go doesn't look so good, and the sad face, you don't see his little blue tear. He does have a little blue tear, you don't really see it. So should I do it? Yeah, maybe I'll just take this down, open it up and just re-glue all of the LED strips quickly and then get on with editing the video. What time is it? I think it's like 3:30 on Sunday. Alright, I'll take it down. I'm going to keep charging this gimbal. I think my gimbal's broken, but yeah, I'll take it down, fix those strips, and then I'll edit the video. Okay. How do you clear up Superglue? better. Now look, you can see his little tear. Oh. Okay, it's come a little bit unstuck there. Yeah, never mind. At some point I will overhaul this a bit more extensively. It's okay. Alright, that's quite a light show now, with the octopus as well. Cool. Thanks very much for watching. I have like 2 hours to edit this video now. So I will see you next week for another video. If you want me to make one of these for you, I do think it's something that I might end up kind of making to order. I think they're kind of cool. Maybe they'll catch on. Alright, yeah, thanks a lot for watching. I'm kind of manic. Right, I'll see you next week. Lots of love, look after each other, please subscribe, and yeah, goodbye.